All right, so you're taking the plunge, huh?
Head first into the world of entrepreneurship.
Well, get ready to make a splash.
Because today,
We're diving deep into how to make,
your ideas stick.
using some insights from Chip and Dan Heath's book.
Made to stick.
We've got excerpts from their book.
Tons of real-world examples.
And by the end of this deep dive,
We'll have a solid action plan.
to turn those entrepreneurial dreams into a reality.
Absolutely.
Okay, so before we jump into the nitty-gritty,
Yeah.
let's talk about what makes an idea sticky.
Right. Because it's not like we're talking about...
Actual glue here, right?
No, not at all.
So what does it really mean?
It's more like mental glue.
Okay.
A sticky idea is one that people just get instantly.
Huh?
It's memorable.
Yeah.
And it actually makes them change their thinking or behavior.
Okay.
You familiar with that urban legend about the kidney heist?
Oh, yeah, the one where someone wakes up in an ice bath,
Exactly.
missing a kidney.
Yeah, that one.
Totally creepy. But I've remembered that one for years.
See,
Yeah.
that's the power of a sticky idea.
I guess so.
It just grabs you and doesn't let go.
So how do we make our ideas that gripping?
Well, the Heath brothers,
The authors.
yeah, they broke down stickiness
Okay.
into 6 key principles.
Wow.
They call it success.
Success.
Simple, unexpected, concrete, credible, emotional, and stories.
Success.
Stes! I love it.
It's catchy, right?
It's like a recipe for making your ideas a hit.
Exactly.
So let's start with simple.
Okay.
I get that it's important to make things easy to understand.
Right.
But I'm guessing there's more to it than just
Oh, yeah.
using smaller words.
Absolutely.
So what's the secret sauce here?
Well, it all boils down to finding the core of your idea.
Okay.
Like, what's the one thing you absolutely want people to remember?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a mission statement.
Right, like a super condensed version.
Yeah, think about Southwest Airlines.
Okay.
Their core message is, we are the low-fare airline.
We are the low-fare airline.
It's crystal clear.
Yeah. And it drives every single decision they make.
That's a great example.
So finding your core,
Uh-huh.
that's the first step.
Okay, so as a newbie entrepreneur,
Right.
how do I figure out that core message?
It's tough because it's easy to get caught up
Yeah.
in all the details.
Uh-huh.
So ask yourself,
Okay.
what problem am I solving?
All right. Problem.
And what makes my solution stand out?
Different.
Yes, different.
Got her.
Once you've got that,
Yeah.
distill it down to its essence.
So like a journalist writing a killer headline, they've got to grab your attention with just a few
You
words.
got it.
Okay, makes sense.
So how do you actually condense a complex idea
Yeah.
into something so simple?
Right.
Think Proverbs.
Proverbs.
They pack a ton of meaning into just a few words.
Okay.
Like early to bed, early to rise,
Yeah.
makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Right, you get it instantly.
Exactly.
It's like concentrated wisdom.
So what if your idea isn't quite proverb material?
That's a good question.
Think visual proverbs.
Okay.
Remember those Palm Pilot developers? They always carried around a block of wood.
A block of wood.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
They wanted to make a device
Okay.
that was simple and compact.
Right.
So that block of wood
Yeah.
instantly communicated that.
That's pretty clever.
It was a tangible way to represent their core message.
I see. So it's like show, don't tell.
Exactly.
For your business idea.
You got it.
All right. So we've got proverbs,
Right.
visual proverbs.
Mm-hmm.
What else can we use to make an idea stick?
Oh, there's more.
Okay.
You can tap into existing schemas.
Schemas.
Yeah, they're like those mental frameworks
Say.
we use to make sense of the world.
Huh.
Like if I say pomelo,
Pomelo?
you might be like, what's that?
Yeah.
But if I say it's a supersized grapefruit,
Okay. Now I get it.
right, because you already know what a grapefruit is.
So you're connecting it to something I already understand.
Exactly.
Giving my brain a shortcut.
It's all about making it easy for people to grasp your idea.
Okay. So we've got schemas.
And then there's the high concept pitch.
High concept pitch.
It's like how Hollywood pitches movies.
Oh, okay.
Imagine pitching the movie Speed as Die Hard on a bus.
Die Hard on a Bus. Yeah. I instantly know what that movie's about.
Right.
That's a classic example.
It's instantly understandable.
So we've got proverbs,
Hmm?
visual proverbs,
Yep.
schemas,
Uh-huh.
and high concept pitches.
What else?
Anything else I can use?
Analogies.
Like how Disney calls their employees cast members. Right away, you get a sense of
Shared purpose.
and a shared experience.
Very cool.
No matter what technique you use, though,
Yeah.
the key is to make sure it clearly conveys the core of your idea.
Don't bury the lead.
Exactly.
Remember that story about the journalism professor
Oh, yeah.
who said the real story was There will be no school next Thursday.
I love that one.
Gotta make that core message unmissable. You got it. All right, so now let's move on to unexpected.
Unexpectedness.
Yeah, it's all about grabbing attention and making people think.
Yeah, I mean, it's super important to stand out.
Especially in the world of entrepreneurship.
Right, there are so many new ideas out there.
But how do you make your ideas stand out?
Without being too gimmicky, you know?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Like those old .com ads
Oh, yeah.
with the wolves howling.
They were definitely unexpected,
Yeah,
but they didn't really have any substance.
right. They were just kind of weird.
The key is to surprise people
Okay.
in a way that leads to a genuine aha moment.
So not just shock value.
Exactly.
So how do we do that?
Think post-dictable.
Post-dictable.
It's something that seems surprising at first,
Okay.
but then it makes total sense in hindsight.
Okay, so it clicks once you have all the pieces.
Right.
So what's a good example of this unexpectedness done right?
Remember that story about the Nordstrom employee?
The Nordstrom employee.
Yeah, the one who gift-wrapped a purchase.
Wait, what?
From a competitor.
From a competitor?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it totally goes against
everything you'd expect.
Yeah, all our assumptions about customer service.
But I bet it made people rethink what good service really means.
Exactly.
So it's about finding those stories.
Yeah.
Those surprising stories.
That challenge our expectations.
And make us see things in a new light.
And don't forget about those knowledge gaps.
Oh, right. Those things that make you go,
wait, what?
Exactly.
You can use them to pique people's curiosity.
Oh, okay.
For example, did you know that if you were walking north 25,000 years ago,
Yeah.
you'd actually end up at the South Pole?
Really?
Think about it.
Huh. That's weird.
Now you want to know why, right?
Yeah, why is that?
See, by creating that knowledge gap, I made you crave the information.
You totally did.
It's a great way to hook people.
Okay, so unexpected stories.
Right.
And knowledge gaps.
What else?
What other ways can we use this unexpectedness thing?
Well, humor can be really effective.
Humor. Okay.
And counterintuitive findings.
Systems that go against common sense.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
You can also use thought-provoking questions to get people thinking in new ways.
So shake things up.
Exactly.
Get those brain juices flowing.
But remember, it all has to tie back to your core message.
Right. Don't get so caught up in the surprise.
That you lose sight at the point.
Exactly.
All right, now let's move on to concrete.
Concrete.
Time to get down to brass tacks.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Abstract ideas can be tough.
Oh, yeah.
Especially to remember.
I read somewhere that people remember more white things from their fridge than white things in general.
That's because specific examples help us focus.
And remember.
So to make your entrepreneurial idea stick, you got to bring it down to earth.
Make it tangible.
Exactly.
Okay, so how do we make an abstract idea concrete?
First, engage the senses.
Engage the senses.
Instead of just saying,
this is a high-quality product.
Right. Instead, describe the smooth texture.
Okay.
The satisfying click. The rich aroma.
So paint a picture.
Yeah. Make people almost experience it.
Got it.
And don't forget real-world examples.
Real-world examples.
Think about Jane Elliott's blue eyes, brown eyes experiment.
Oh, the one where she divided her students by eye color?
Exactly.
To teach them about prejudice.
She took an abstract concept and made it a lived experience.
It wasn't just a lesson.
Right.
It was something they felt.
So powerful, right?
Absolutely.
Now, another tip.
Okay, get me.
Focus on people, not just data.
People, not data.
Remember how Saddleback Church created Saddleback Sam?
Saddleback Sam.
It was a fictional persona to understand their target audience.
So they weren't just looking at numbers.
They were trying to understand their values.
Their dreams.
Even their favorite TV shows.
That's a great way to make your ideal customer come to life.
It's about connecting with your target market.
Okay, so we can use sensory details.
Our real-world examples.
And even create a persona.
To make our ideas concrete.
I got it.
Concrete.
Relatable.
Now on to credible.
Credibility.
This one's big.
Especially for new entrepreneurs.
Who might not have a long track record.
Right? How do you build trust?
Yeah, and convince people your idea is legit.
Especially when you're just starting out.
You're right, it's a challenge.
So how do we do it?
Sometimes statistics alone just aren't enough. You gotta make people believe.
So how do we make our idea believable?
One way is to ditch those abstract statistics.
Okay.
And opt for relatable examples.
Relatable examples.
Would you believe that more people die from deer collisions
than shark attacks?
No way. Yeah. It's true.
I would have thought sharks were way more dangerous.
It's counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it memorable.
Okay, so put those statistics into context.
Make them relatable.
Make them hit home.
Exactly.
All right, what else can we do?
Testable credentials.
Testable credentials.
Think about that scientist who drank bacteria.
He drank bacteria.
To prove it caused ulcers.
Whoa.
Talk about commitment.
That's hardcore.
He put his health on the line.
To prove his point.
That's a memorable way to demonstrate credibility.
I don't think I need to go that far.
No, of course not.
But I get the idea.
Find your version of the bacteria-chugging scientist.
Okay.
Maybe offer a free trial.
Okay.
Or a money-back guarantee. Or showcase some glowing testimonials.
Show that your idea works.
Exactly.
All right, so testable credentials.
And don't forget about anti-authorities.
Anti-authorities.
Think Pamela Fawn.
Pamela Fawn.
The smoker with a tracheotomy
Right.
who became an advocate against smoking.
Powerful stuff.
Her experience gave her a unique perspective.
Way more impactful than some doctor giving a lecture.
Sometimes the most unlikely sources
Yeah.
can be the most credible.
So relatable examples, testable credentials,
Yep.
and anti-authorities.
Yeah. Anything else?
What else can I add to my credibility arsenal?
Remember those concrete details?
Oh, yeah.
They play a big role, too.
Okay.
Think about a history buff
Okay.
who drops a super specific Civil War anecdote. That level of detail.
Makes them seem like they really know their stuff.
Exactly.
It's like those urban legends
Right.
that always happen to a friend of a friend
Exactly.
in some super specific location.
Specificity
Adds authenticity.
makes your idea feel more credible.
Okay.
And then there's the Sinatra test.
Sinatra test.
If you can make it in New York,
Yeah.
you can make it anywhere.
So it's like proving your idea can succeed.
In a really tough environment.
It's not just a pipe dream.
It's been tested.
And it works.
Exactly.
Wow. So we've got relatable examples, testable credentials,
Yep.
anti-authorities, vivid details.
And the Sinatra test.
That's a lot of ways to build credibility.
The key is to choose the right approach.
For your idea and your audience. Okay, so we've covered simple, unexpected, and concrete.
Now let's talk about emotional, like connecting with people on a deeper level.
So making people care.
About your idea.
But how do you do that?
Without just tugging at their heartstrings.
Right, it's got to be genuine.
Exactly.
So how do we make people genuinely care?
Think about that study.
Okay.
Where people donated more to a single starving girl than to a statistical overview of a famine.
The one with Rokia?
Yes.
That was powerful.
Personal stories create an emotional connection.
That statistics just can't match.
So find the Rokia.
The Rokia.
In your idea.
Okay, I get finding the emotional hook.
But not every idea is saving starving children.
Right. How do I find that emotional connection?
For something less inherently emotional.
Exactly.
Well, you can appeal to self-interest.
Self-interest, okay.
But even more powerful is appealing to their identity.
Their identity.
Tap into who they are and who they want to be.
So not just selling a product.
Right.
It's about showing how my idea aligns with their values.
Exactly.
Aspirations.
Consider their hopes, their dreams. Show them how your idea can help them become
the best version of themselves.
You got it.
So it's about creating a vision of a better future.
And inviting them to be a part of it.
I love it.
And don't shy away from negative emotions.
Negative emotions.
A little bit of fear, anger, or even disgust can be really effective.
Like the Truth anti-smoking campaign?
Yes.
They made big tobacco the enemy.
And they tapped into teen rebellion.
And made smoking seem totally uncool.
It's a great example of using negative emotions.
To drive positive change.
Exactly.
So we've got self-interest, identity, even negative emotions.
A whole range of emotions to work with.
All right, so now on to the final principle.
Stories.
Stories. I have a feeling this one's going to be good.
It's a big one. They're more than just entertainment.
Yeah, it's like they help us learn.
And understand the world.
And connect with other people.
Exactly.
So stories can be powerful tools.
For persuasion.
And for making our ideas stick.
You got it.
Remember that story about the Xerox repairman?
Oh, yeah, the one with the misleading error code.
It wasn't just information.
Right.
It was a lesson learned through experience.
Stories like that help us avoid making the same mistakes.
Okay, so stories can teach us valuable lessons.
But they can also make us care.
Oh, yeah, like the Subway Jared story.
Exactly.
It was a classic transformation story.
That made people believe in the power of Subway.
Right, it was incredibly effective.
But not every story needs to be as dramatic as Jared's weight loss.
Of course not.
Stories come in all shapes and sizes.
So what are some of the different types of stories?
Well, most stories tend to fall into three main categories.
Okay. I'm
You
listening.
got the challenge plot,
Challenge plot.
the connection plot,
Connection plot.
and the creativity plot.
Creativity plot. Okay, break those down for me.
All right, so the challenge plot, think classic underdog stories,
Okay.
like David and Goliath,
Mm-hmm.
or the journey of an athlete overcoming all odds.
So it's about facing obstacles.
And ultimately achieving victory.
So as an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
I could use a challenge plot to show
how your idea overcame challenges.
Right, and became a success.
It lets people see the grit behind your idea.
They can connect with the struggle.
And be inspired by the success.
Okay, that makes sense. What about the connection plot?
Connection plots are all about bridging divides.
Bridging divides.
Building relationships.
Okay.
And creating a sense of community.
Got it.
Think The Good Samaritan.
Ah.
Or even those rom-coms.
Yeah.
Where two people from different worlds find love.
So how could I use a connection plot for my business idea?
You could share a story about how your idea brought people together.
Okay.
Or helped solve a conflict. Maybe it helped someone feel less alone.
Ah, that's a cool way to show the human impact of my idea.
Exactly.
Okay, and the last one, the creativity plot.
Creativity plots are about breaking the mold.
Breaking your mold.
Finding innovative solutions.
Okay.
Think about those eureka moments. The scientist who discovered penicillin, the inventor of the light bulb.
So I could highlight the uniqueness of my idea.
Exactly.
Show that it's a game changer.
You got it.
This is great. I'm seeing how stories can really bring an idea to life.
They're a powerful tool.
Whether I'm pitching to investors, marketing to customers, or just explaining my idea to a friend.
A well-told story can make all the difference.
So we've covered all 6 principles of sticky ideas,
Simple,
unexpected, credible,
and
stories.
That's Sexy FC ESUS.
It feels like I've got a whole new toolkit now.
You're well on your way to making those entrepreneurial dreams a reality.
This deep dive has been amazing.
Glad you found it helpful.
I feel so much more prepared to tackle the challenges ahead.
And make my ideas truly stick. Remember, the world needs your ideas.
It does.
Go make them unforgettable.
Thanks for all the insights.
Anytime I